What is going on, guys? Joey Francis here at Flex Training Systems, and today we're gonna get back to dropping keys as opposed to meat breakdowns. Happy birthday, Tina. It's Tina's birthday. You could do that in the comments below if you want. Although this video will be posted after her birthday. And one of my lifters yesterday, she sent in some lifts, and at first glance I was just looking at the weight she was lifting, and I thought to myself, wow, I remember when she wasn't even lifting more than X amount of weight, and now she can regularly hit like 30 pounds more than that, right? But then when she sent me her little summary of the day and how she felt, she seemed really like disappointed and like she could have done better, and that she was, she hated how it moved, and I hate that 5 pound jump is like such a hard thing, and da 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 da. I just kind of like had a little bit of negativity towards her lifting, so I sent her like 10 minutes of audio, which is essentially what this video was going to be. And just kind of hold the mirror up in front of her and you guys and let you guys know that you might go into the gym and you feel a certain way, but you don't realize that although things may feel off, you're lifting significantly more weight than you were able to lift a little while ago, right? And the way humans are programmed, we always need to pursue something, right? There always has to be something to chase and something to go after. And then once you get it, it's a very short, temporary feeling of accomplishment. A couple days, maybe a couple weeks, maybe a couple days. I was thinking about Aaron Rodgers. You guys know Aaron Rodgers, the quarterback. I believe he's only won one Super Bowl. But Aaron Rodgers Super Bowl wins. One. Okay. He's only won one Super Bowl, but because he has achieved the ultimate goal, and he is going to try to win more, from then on, you get to kind of walk around like, I've already done it. I've already gone all the way. I did the damn thing. You know what I mean? Everything I do after this point is almost like there's a little bit less pressure because you've already done it, right? I'm sure when you get to that, Super Bowl game, you're gonna feel it. He'll probably be a little bit more calm, cool, collected, but how can I, I'm just going to try to make this relatable to you guys. For me, I'll start using myself as an example. I just kind of like, when I was younger, yeah, there were like numbers I wanted to hit. But now, like when I look back on my career and I'm like, was my best totals like 1863 or 8, something like that. And I pretty much locked out 1900, but like my knees were soft or something. I'm good. Like 1900, I never thought I even gave remotely close to that when I started lifting, right? So I'm very content with my journey, and I'm very happy with what I've done. And no matter where I go or what I do, I'm always gonna have that feeling of like I did it. Like I started out with like a 1300 total, and I got all the way up to that, right? And I could have kept going. If I stayed fat and I just kept pushing, I could have kept going. But I wanted to get healthy, and Rona was the thing, and I didn't want to risk it. So I lost weight. But the point is, I was happy with me. So most of you young guys, you're not gonna be happy with anything that you do. You're gonna hit a PR, you're gonna squat a crazy milestone, you're gonna do something, but you're never gonna be satisfied with it, and you're always gonna wanna, continue to do more, because it's sort of like a younger mindset to have. But like, if someone has done more than you and you're not the GOAT, then you're just always like, okay, I gotta beat them, right? I gotta take what they have. I hope that I can give each lifter the ability to get to a point in their career and be like, you know what? I'm really, really happy with what I'm doing. I'm ready to drop some weight, maybe go to another weight class, or You know, maybe slow it down and not put, you know, kill myself or push so hard, or I don't know. I don't know. I just want you guys to reach a point of I'm really, really happy with what I've done, and that's just gonna change my whole attitude towards training. And I'm always gonna be like, I can't have a bad day in the gym. Me personally, I can't. I will never have a day in the gym. Imagine this, right? Because I know a ton of you guys still feel this. Imagine never having a day where you go in and you're just depressed because you're not strong. I'm never gonna have that. I literally go in. I will lift 405 if I have to, on squat or something, if that's what I'm feeling that day, and it won't bother me because I've already done what I wanted to do, and anything I do at this point is extra credit, and I have new goals now. Now I can go down a weight class, or I can focus on deadlifts, or I could do whatever. You know, I can make lifting fun for me, and I still track my food. I still train really hard, and I still do everything like I would, you know, as if I was in prep. But I'm not chasing anything. Like, I'm working towards it, and when it happens, and it will happen. You know, that's just how it is. Like, I could casually, you know, I haven't in a little while, but I know when I have spotters and I can go to a regular gym and I'm eating a little bit of a surplus or at maintenance or something like that, I'm gonna squat 700 at a lower body weight, lower than I've ever done before, right? Setting a new goal for myself, and I'm really content with that. So I have Dr. Lane Norton here as an example. He said that getting his PhD was like one of the hardest things he's ever done. It was just incredibly hard, mentally, everything. It was super, super, super hard. And when he got it, like his whole life, he's like trying to achieve this thing. And then when he got it, he was happy for like 2 weeks. And then it was like, all right, now what? Like, next thing. I already did that. And the reason why I bring that up is because you guys are going to want a number. You're going to want to bench 500. You're going to want to squat 400 or 300 or whatever. You're going to want to hit these goals. And then once you get them, it is immediately going to be, all right, what's the next one? Like, okay, forget what I just did. It's time to improve from that, right? And if you think that way and you just constantly are just never happy with anything that you do, then you're not really gaining anything positive, you know, from training. You're just not appreciating anything that you're doing. So it's very important to take a second and just kind of look at your body of work. Look at how far you've come. You know what I mean? If you're on this relentless path to progress and you're doing everything right and you're making this progress and you hit a PR, you know, keep stacking those chips over time. Eventually, you can look back and be like, wow, I felt like crap today, but I'm hitting 50 pounds more than my max 8 months ago, right? And that means something. That's meaningful. That should give you fulfillment. That should make you feel like what you're doing is, you know, you've made progress. You're moving forward. And, you know, sometimes you guys do have a bad day, but you realize that's why I say being objective is so important. You got to take a step back and look at what you've done from the outside in so you can really appreciate what you've achieved and what you've accomplished. Otherwise, you're just going to constantly be on this path towards, you work really hard, get a number. Okay, what's the next number? And you're just like you're never happy with anything, right? I'm not saying being complacent. Let's take Jesus, for example. We hit crazy milestones. Thank you for the follow. Crazy milestones. We did things that have never been done by a junior. We're just like breaking all these barriers, right? But I think one of the key things that keeps him from going down this dark path is that he's very humble. He's like, yes, I know I've achieved great things and I'm in a 1 in a billion situation, and I'm like, you know, I'm doing things that like anybody would give up anything to do, but I'm not going to be complacent. I'm not going to get cocky. I'm going to continue to stay humble and know that it could be taken away at any moment. I could get hurt at any moment. You know, tomorrow is not promised, and just be thankful for what you've done and how you got there, and you know, the things that you had to overcome to get to this point. Every experience in your life to lead up to this point of achieving something great that is reciprocating with others, right? You're getting that recognition, which is super motivating when other people see what you've done and they're like, hey man, you're doing a really good job, whether that's personal growth for you or doing something above average and people give you recognition. But you know, I think it's important to just look at what you've done. I mean, he tells me all the time, look what we did in 1 year. We accomplished so much in 1 year, and he'll send me old videos of his old me and, you know, where he was last year and all these things. And, you know, I'll bring up, hey, you were able to gain this much progress on your total, but you didn't gain any body weight. So that means you put on tons of muscle and lost body fat, right? That's a really nice feeling. So we take a moment after we achieve something like that to look at what we've done and appreciate it, right? But stay humble and continue to stay in the pocket, do what you got to do to try to get you to that ultimate goal. And that's him being the undisputed heavyweight, super heavyweight world champion in powerlifting. And that will come. I truly believe that will come. But if you don't take a second to just appreciate what you've done, you can kind of develop this sort of toxic relationship with your training. Now, I do know people, very, 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 very few amount of people that self-hatred is their best motivator. I don't think that's gonna work for 99.9% of people, but just continuously putting yourself down to the point where you need to work harder. It's this very toxic mindset, where it's never enough, and you can do better. For most people, that's not gonna work, so it's kind of pointless for me to bring up. But there's a couple people that I've worked with in the past that are kind of like that. And I have heard people say that for weight loss, for example, when they reach that really low point, they say, hey, you know what, like, I hate the way I look and I hate things about myself, and that really inspires them to change. I mean, that's rare. Maybe you hate that you're not strong and you wanna fix that or improve that, but I think it's just important when you do put in the work and you do get results, appreciate it. Otherwise, like, you're gonna fall in that trap of just always wanting more, never appreciating anything, and then you kind of just like why am I doing this? Like, I'm not gaining anything from it. Well, you're improving, right? Powerlifting's rewarding. You're getting progress. You're taking a step forward. Anytime. The cool thing about powerlifting is you could add a pound. You could see the progress in numbers. It's quantifiable. It's literally numbers on the bar, and increasing that number is it's a nice thing to do. It's a fun thing. Shit, it's like that in video games, right? You want to get stronger. You want to power your guy up. You want to like see those numbers rise, and it's kind of like the same thing, but you're doing it with yourself, and learning a lot of life lessons along the way. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say. A lot of people they just kind of get in that funk, and they don't realize how far they've come. And I think when you can really be objective, it's so hard to do, right? Like, I can say be objective, but most people can't actually do it. If the world was objective, we wouldn't have all the problems that we have right now. People just kind of do things because out of habit, out of emotion, or they're just creatures of habit or whatever. But yeah, guys, just appreciate how far you've come. Don't take it for granted. Understand that tomorrow's not promised. Bunch of life lessons, all that good stuff. Let me get a hashtag, whatever you want. Hashtag, tell me something about this year. I don't know. You could put a hashtag. You could just tell me something about the year. Tell me what you're looking forward to in 2021. Let's do that. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. This is the last video, I think, of 2020. The last one. Made it to the end. Is it the last one? Nope, we got one more. One more. One more. Maybe it won't be about lifting. Maybe it'll just be about life. Anyway, thank you guys so much. I'll talk